Right. So everyone talks about discipline, right? Now, what is discipline? Discipline, or what's discipline used for? Discipline is used to progress and achieve your goals. Because if your goals have any worth, then they're going to be slightly difficult to do. And to do that, you're going to have to use this thing that's called discipline, which is the opposite of willpower. Willpower is your ability to restrain yourself from doing something, and discipline is your ability to do something when you don't feel like doing it. Now, throughout my self improvement journey, I've discovered something, and something that's very important. What if I told you that you could progress 3 times while using half the amount of discipline? Now, let me warn you, the thing I'm going to be talking about is a little bit harder than discipline, but what is so advantageous about the thing I'm going to be talking about is that it is for a shorter period of time. You see, when it comes to discipline, discipline goes on for a long amount of time. Let me give you an example. Let's say you hate studying. Then you're going to have to be disciplined to sit down and actually study. Now, let's say you have an exam like 4 months from now or something like that. I don't know, like you have like major exam 4 months from now. That's why everyone's like, oh, you should probably focus on studying in year 11. So by the time you're in year 12 and you have your HSC coming around, then you be in the habit of studying. Now, you see how long of a period that is? Discipline, you're going to have to use discipline for a super long amount of time. Like you're just going to consistently, every time you need to study, you're going to have to use discipline to sit down. But throughout my self-improvement journey, I've learned the importance of identity and how you can actually change your identity. Because people think you can just change your identity like that. Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to literally reprogram your brain to actually fit the new identity that you want to fit. Let's say that is, or my identity is that I enjoy studying, or I'm someone who studies. But I'm going to show you how I learned to change my identity to a lot of research and also a lot of trial and error throughout my journey of self-improvement. Okay, so basically what the goal is to make whatever task you're trying to discipline yourself in, you got to make that your new standard. Okay, now there's an actionable step that I want you to take right now. And half of you guys probably won't do this. And half of you guys are also probably not going to achieve your goals in life. But the thing is, take this actionable step just to like prove to yourself that you will achieve your goals. Take a book, like any book, okay? Like a journal like this, or like stack 2 journals or something like that, or 3 or whatever you want. Stack some books, or like grab some book and hold it out in front of you like this. Like stop, just, you feel me? Just like that, all with one hand, you know? And just hold it out in front of you, set a timer for 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Just set a timer, okay? And just hold it out in front of you, okay? After that 3 minutes 30, I want you to write down everything that your brain was telling you. Your brain could have been telling you stuff like, "Oh, this is stupid. What does me holding a book in front of me how is that gonna affect my goals in the future?" Your brain's just gonna throw a bunch of random thoughts at you. It's gonna be like, you basically did it. Just put it down. Or like, he can't see you. Why are you doing that? Like, he's just gonna say some insane stuff. And your brain knows you very well. So the stuff that your brain says to you will be very, very convincing. And that's because your brain knows you very well. Obviously, it's been inside your head since you were born. Well, I hope so. But bang. Now, let's go back to the example of studying. But this doesn't have to be about studying. It can be about anything. Let's go back to the example of studying. Let's say one day you wake up, you're feeling extra motivated, and then you're like, okay, let's say you use some discipline to sit down and you tell yourself that you're going to study for 1 hour today, okay? Your brain, same way when you were holding those books, is going to say some like stuff to you that like is actually super convincing. Like your mind's going to be like, yeah, he's kind of right. Like it's going to say stuff like, oh, just do 40 minutes. Or it's going to say like, oh, well, you haven't showered yet, so maybe just like shower, then come back and sit down for an hour. Or it's like, oh, it's 11:20. That means in like 40 minutes, I'm about to go have a lunch. So then let me just do 40 minutes now, have lunch, come back, do 20 minutes. Like it's going to say some insane stuff to you. Now, what you have to do, pause. What that is, let me rewind. What those thoughts are, is this thing called resistance, okay? Every single time your brain throws resistance at you, you say, fuck you, resistance. Literally, you go, fuck you, resistance. And then you make it even harder. You add an extra 10 minutes. So then you tell yourself, you know what? My brain's throwing resistance at me. Fuck you. I'm studying for an hour and 10 minutes now. And obviously, it's going to be hard. Like, it's harder, obviously. But in the long term, you won't have to use so much discipline. And I'll tell you why. Before I tell you why, a way you can make this easier is just picture yourself in third person whenever you go study, right? Like, you're not going to die. You just sat there for an hour. It's just your brain. It's just your brain that's operating. So just every time you sit down and study, just view yourself in like third person, okay? And then if your mind throws resistance at you, just add like an extra 10 minutes. Now back to what I was saying before, the why. Basically what this does is your brain gets trained to notice that every time it throws resistance, the task at hand becomes harder. So then eventually you do this 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, like for a week, then your mind will just stop throwing resistance at you. And then that is when your identity has officially shifted because your mind will understand that every time I throw resistance at this guy, he just makes shit harder. So why throw resistance at it? Okay. And then what that does is then it just becomes easy. Imagine studying for the HSC then for a whole year. It just becomes easy because it's part of your identity now. Your mind's not going to throw tricks at you. And it's not going to, you won't even need to use discipline because your mind is on your side now. You feel me? Like you've trained it to become someone who studies. And you can do that with anything. Like, for example, I used to suck at hitting my protein intake. Now, every time I had to make like a protein shake or something, but I just wasn't bothered, I would make it harder and I would add like even more calories than I like had in mind originally, and then it was even harder to like actually get down and like drink. So then my mind just stopped playing games with me and was like, "Fine, I'm on your side." And I don't think I've missed a protein shake in like I don't even know how long. But that's basically how I did it. That's basically the secret that I used to just change my identity for whatever task that I wanted to change my identity to. Now, if you're serious about your goals, I highly recommend that you at least give this a shot. Like it's gonna be hard for a week, but it's just a week, bro. Come on, you're not gonna die. Just give it a shot. And I promise you, you will see so much progress towards your goals. And the progress that you make towards your goals will also just feel so much easier. Maybe not for that one week, but after that, it's just gonna be so much easier. But that's basically it. I have a free Discord. I do day trading, so I have a free Discord for day trading. And if you're serious about day trading and self-improvement, I also have a paid one-on-one coaching where you can click the first link in the description down below to apply and work with me. I'll basically hop on a call with you. We'll discuss everything. We'll see if we're a good fit for one another, and then we go from there. But that's basically it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.